Hi, I'm Marie Plutt from AspirationsResume.com, here to give you your daily resume tip. So today I would like to talk to you about perhaps the most important element about a resume. And frankly, no, let me be clear. It is the single most important facet of any resume, and that is your goal. Yesterday I was speaking about the three different gatekeepers and readers of your resume in order for you to be interviewed. I'm going to focus on number 2 here, the human resume screener. Now, the human resume screener in our industry, it was about before the recession in 2009. It was called the 10-second scan, the dreaded 10-second scan, which has now been shrunk to the 6-second scan, which means that on average, the human resume screener, the person who has to go through just hundreds of resumes a week, will take an average of 6 seconds to even review your resume before they discard it. That is if they even see it in the first place, because applicant tracking software is very good at making sure that 70% of online applications aren't even seen at all by a human. But once you're able to get enough keywords to get to this person's going to take 6 seconds on average to decide whether or not they're going to spend more time. Now, they say that that's the initial scan. If they like you, they will spend more time looking at your resume. So let's take a bad resume here. Now, when they talk about this initial 6-second scan, the good news is what they are really doing, and it's going to be probably after this next COVID, if everything kind of gets worse and there are more people applying to just any jobs just because they need any job at all, is that the 6-second scan is probably going to be even shorter. Maybe it turns into a 5, even a 4-second scan. Because what these employers are doing, what these screeners are really doing at first glance, is getting rid of spam. They're not interested in people who are looking for just any job. So I really want to clarify this. People ask me all the time, Marie, is there a resume that you cannot write? And I say, absolutely. I turn down people all the time that I cannot help. And it's always the exact same type of person. It is the job seeker who has no idea what kind of job they are actually applying to or what they want. They don't have a clear goal. They want me to try to sell them to everybody and everything on a single sheet of paper because they plan on sending this resume to absolutely every open position on, let's say, Monster.com or Indeed or LinkedIn, every single one, and they're just hoping to get a call back and see what sticks. And this never works. Nobody is ever satisfied with this. I've never once heard somebody say, I got my dream, it's a wonderful dream job because I created a vague resume that tried to sell me as everything to everyone. Okay, so here is a great example of a bad generic resume. Robert Smith. It starts off with a dated objective, to optimize business processes through amazing leadership. Or it could even be more generic and just say to optimize business through amazing leadership, which would be like, you don't know if that's an operations manager or a sales job he's applying to. You don't know. And then it follows with a profile that starts off with some very general statements that could honestly apply to anybody's opinion about themselves, like fast learner with the ability to hit the ground running and deliver results quickly, or repeatedly recognized for outstanding performance, exceeding goals, and generating new revenues, adept at effectively managing multiple assignments simultaneously. And maybe you could even add like excellent, communication skills, which, by the way, almost everybody believes they have excellent communication skills, whether they actually do or don't. So these are the kind of resumes that get immediately discarded by, recruiters and resume screeners. This person has experience as a real estate agent and then as a property manager and a store manager for a home goods store. So they don't, they could be applying to anything, and there's no real passion to one job. There's not a single thing that's really making them say, I need to be your absolute next salesperson because I can make your clients happier in a way that nobody else can. So when they're doing like a 6-second scan, what they're really doing is they're looking at your job target, your clarity. They're trying to see if you're not, they just want to make sure you're not spam, that you're just not that person just posting resumes. So they want to make sure you have a very clear goal. They take a look at your past jobs and the dates, make sure there's no weird gaps or weird employment history. They take a look at your education. And then, of course, they try to take a look at your any kind of things that might be disruptive in terms of, let's say this job is in California and San Francisco, and they don't have a budget to relocate. If you're in Maryland, you might not be considered to. So they're looking at just really the bare minimum in that 6-second scan to make sure that you are a good fit, that you're applying to the job that they want. Now, honestly, a resume like this probably wouldn't even pass an ATS thing in the first place. A resume like this probably won't even be seen because in applicant tracking software, or your very first gatekeeper, a resume like this isn't going to have enough keywords, important keywords like customer client engagement or customer service or sales revenue growth or field sales, inside sales, sales quotas, things like that are keywords that would be like a sales job, for example, or operational leadership might have process optimization or process improvement or lean methodologies. Like there could be so many different keywords that this resume is not going to hit anything because most of this is very vague. And job descriptions tend to be a lot more specific. So let's take a look at instead an example. This is a person who has a very, very clear goal: makeup artist, unparalleled client service. This person wants to be in makeup. They're going to start off with proficiencies, and these are all makeup artist based proficiencies. They have they have a recent education that they're still working on. But they're going to put the key coursework so that all those keywords, this baby's going to get through ATS systems, very applicant tracking software. It's going to reign supreme. It's going to make the most out of a really short-lived internship or apprenticeship. And it's going to take everything they can to let you know they want to be a makeup artist. They will be the best makeup artist ever. You go into their community scholarship, even the community. This person went to a family shelter service and provided free makeup and beauty services to victims of domestic violence. And then their whole actual work history, though, is completely irrelevant. This is a bartender. This person's been a bartender and a server since 2013. That's been their full-time position. And even here, earned positive endorsements and 3 Yelp reviews. So it's customer-focused client service history. It's minimized, brought to the end. But this person has a goal. This person has a very clear goal. And if I put this up against even makeup artists with more experience, this person looks much more passionate, like they're begging for it, that they're going to give it all they've got, that they've got more experience than anybody. However, this Ariana Pinault could have, given a resume about like this and just put bartender on the thing and talk about fast learner and amazing leadership. And this would have gotten absolutely rejected. So you can't spam, you can't be everybody to everything because you are always in competition with other job seekers. Bottom line. And if that job seeker shows more passion and excitement for the job at hand than you do, you are not being considered. Thank you for watching today's daily tip. Again, my name is Marie Plett, and I am from aspirationsresume.com. Please contact me today if you are seeking only the finest in resume development.